and welcome to another Careers Zoom interview. Today we're joined by a very successful actress called Kimmy Edwards. Kimmy has a number of years industry experience, and she's here today to talk again openly, honestly about her role journey into where she is today. Who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Kimmy Edwards and I'm an artist, performer, mainly in the West End.
Okay, lovely, thank you. So straight into it. Question number one, tell us about your journey to where you are today and what you're currently up to now.
So I started out at the age of 9. My mum put me into acting class, and from there I went on to do stage schools. I did hip hop at 14, and then I got put into stage schools, so doing various shows and acting, singing, dancing. So it was constant really, and it was throughout my whole childhood. And then I moved away to Guildford to go to drama school. So I did 3 years at drama school at Guildford School of Acting, and from graduating I got my first job in the West End, which was Legally Blonde. So it was very successful. I was one of the only ones to get a job out of college, which was amazing. Straight into the West End, so I felt like a rabbit in headlights. I learnt from so many people. I was working with the likes of Sheridan Smith, Denise Van Outen, so I had a lot of celebrities to look up to and to guide me through it, because I felt like as soon as I left drama school, it was kind of like a school. You learn on the job. I felt like I learned most of my performing training, I guess, on the job, when you're out there in the field, as it were. So yeah, from Legally Blonde I went to Germany and did Tommy. Then I did a German Hairspray in German, so I had to learn German for the show, which was a challenge but really exciting. Then I did Ghost UK tour. Then I did Memphis. Then I did a pantomime, played Tiger Lily in the Heights. Then I did Dreamgirls, which is behind me. And then I did Kiss Me Kate, then Tina Turner. And now I am, obviously with COVID and everything, now I am currently auditioning for various different roles in different shows.
And if you look behind the screen now, obviously these are some of the shows that you have been in. And is that you in the poster as well?
Yes. So I'm on the left or the right, whichever way you're looking at it. Yeah, closest to the wall, that one. That's me.
Incredible.
And that was underground as well. So that was on the underground, the advertisements.
In the London Underground, on the sort of subway sides and things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Were you ever on the platform and somebody was like, did you ever get that?
No, I look very different because I kind of dress very comfortable, and obviously I'm very glamorous in the show, so I kind of avoided that.
What would you say is your favourite thing about your job and why?
My favourite thing is being able to express myself. I find myself quite a shy person and quite a bit of an introvert, but with performing, I feel like I can put myself in a character, in a role, and really divulge in everything I want to divulge into, go completely, immerse myself in a character without any judgment on myself. It's about the character. And I love that. And I love the fact of being able to do something that so many people would love to do and so little get to do. So it feels like I'm in a really special club that I really cherish. I think it's an amazing industry.
Can you tell us about a wow moment in your career where you've either thought, I absolutely love my job, or both, where you thought, what on earth am I doing with my life?
I think both, to be honest. I've had both of those moments. A wow moment which really sticks out to me though was when I was in Memphis, and I was covering the role of Felicia, which Beverly Knight was playing, and one of the nights I had to go on for her role, which was so surreal. it's a mammoth role. It's an amazing show. If no one's seen it, oh, it's up there, that one with Beverly Knight. Yeah, and it really heightened my performance. It was kind of you have to just step up and do something you've never done before, go to a place you've never been before, carry a show, which I'd never done. So yeah, that was just a wow moment, a real out of body experience of what do I get to do? It's incredible, you know, and carry the weight of a Beverly Knight role on my shoulders and not ruin it. It was successful. So yeah, that was a really big moment, and I really cherished that moment. Yeah, and I think I built on from there for my next jobs, for my next shows. Built that as like an armor. If I can do this, if I can do that, I can do anything. Because it was difficult but very rewarding.
Yeah, wow, Beverly, I didn't know that about you. Obviously, I know we've spoken a few times, but yeah, taking on Beverly Knight's role. Obviously, I'm guessing, so maybe what a lot of people wouldn't know is that quite often when you work in the industry, such as the West End, you are doubled up in a role should anybody fall sick or be unable to fulfill their duties of that night. You are given an additional role. Can you just say a little bit about that?
Yes, I've covered a lot in my career. So usually, especially when there's a celebrity, because the celebrity won't do, you do 8 shows a week in the West End, and the celebrity will probably do about 5 shows. So the rest of those shows obviously need to go ahead, and you are required to, you have covers, so you'll have a first cover. If you haven't got an alternate, you have an alternate, a first cover, second cover, third cover, depending on the scale of the show and the demand. Depending on how many covers you need. But yeah, you're required to do, so you'll have to learn your role, which is the ensemble role, and you'll have to also learn the celebrity or the lead's role as well, and to be prepared to go on at a drop of a hat. So you need to be up to show ready as soon as the show opens, not knowing when you'll go on. If you're first cover or alternate, you will have guaranteed days because they'll have holiday, and you usually get like 4 weeks in a year of holiday, so you'll get 4 weeks of guaranteed shows on, but other than that, you won't know when you'll be on, and it could be at any point, it could be mid-show. So yeah, it's a very tough job, but again, it's very rewarding, because you kind of save the day in a way. You save the show, because no matter what, bottom line, the show always must go on. So yeah, you got to find it from somewhere.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that. Congratulations. And what about a moment where you've gone, what on earth am I doing with my life?
I guess doing pantomime.
Okay.
That was a bit, because it's very slapstick, and you have to like talk to the audience, and it's all make believe, but on a heightened scale. Obviously, theatre is make believe, but I quite enjoy and have had the privilege of doing a lot of theatre, which is quite realistic and based on true stories, or where you're playing a real character, and you can tap into real emotions and real people. I like doing those kind of shows, but pantomime, obviously, you have to be really heightened and stereotypical maybe. And I remember being there, and I don't know, I was in a feather hat, and had hardly any clothes on because I was playing Tiger Lily, being a Red Indian with people dancing around me, and we had a flying car at one point, and I was just like, what is this? And people are there watching you and clapping and enjoying it, and obviously it's what you do, so but I don't know, I had a moment where I was just like, what on earth? And in pantomime you do more shows, you do like 2 shows a day, so it's quite intense, so you're just there all the time, so yeah, you just get a bit cabin fever and like, what on earth am I doing? But yeah, still great.
What hurdles did you personally face, and how did you overcome them?
Hurdles, I've had a lot of injuries in my career, and I think no one in my industry, you can't really get away with not having injuries, to be honest. if you're doing a high intensity show, vocally, physically, either one or both. I've sprained my ankles about 30 times on each ankle. I've dislocated my thumb and sprained my thumb. I've pulled my back. And all these things that you have to, it's not great to have time off, and you try not to have any time off for injuries or sickness. So yeah, you have to kind of overcome that and find a way of healing quick. So you get into a habit of looking after yourself. It becomes your day-to-day job. This is the thing with my industry and my profession. It's not a job. Like, the job you take home with you, as in every single day you have to look after your vocal ability, you have to look after your body, you have to keep in shape. It's a full-time commitment. So that, I guess that is overcoming, because it's not normal. Usually with like normal people, you go to work and then you go home, whereas, like I say, you have to look after yourself all the time, 24 hours a day, because the show is so demanding. So yeah, if that makes sense. Sorry.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's actually really insightful to hear, because a lot of people will see it as just the glam of being on stage. You do, your performance, and then you finish and you can go home and then you get to relax or whatever and whatnot. But yeah, it's a demanding job, physically, vocally, mentally as well. And you got to keep on top of yourself to make sure that you are performance ready. You're ready to go every night. So what's one of the best lessons you've learned in life, and kind of where did it come from? What was its impact?
I think for me, it's not to get in my own way, and not to be so hard on myself. I'm a big perfectionist, always have been. It started when I was in school, because I was big on sport. I did every sport going, and I was very good at it. And it's very competitive, and I've taken that into performing as well. I always want to be the best at what I do, but then nothing's ever good enough. So I felt like I never took a moment to appreciate everything I did and everything I was doing. Like, as you can see, I've done some amazing shows and amazing roles, and I've learned so much along the way. But I think it's important to have that time to reflect back, and give yourself some props at what you've done and what you've achieved, and then propel that forward, rather than always thinking, okay, what's next, which is what I always did. So yeah, I've learned to work hard, but allow yourself to enjoy the moments and be proud of yourself as well, and then let go.
What do you think are the most common reasons for people failing or giving up in your profession?
I think one of the main ones is rejection. In the industry, you get rejected all the time. You'll get rejected more than you get accepted. And I think that's a pattern you need to kind of just get used to. There's no sugarcoating it. You will get rejected all the time, and it's that constant rejection that I think beats some people down. You can feel worthless. You can take it personally, and it can be impacted on you as a person. I think you need to not take it personally. You've got to. I'm getting rejected from this show because I'm not right for it. I don't fit into that show, rather than I'm getting rejected because I'm useless or I'm rubbish or I shouldn't do this industry. And a lot of people think if they get rejected from enough, that they're not good enough and they're doing the wrong thing and they need to look elsewhere. And I know a lot of people in my, drama school who, gave it a good go, and went for about a year, and then was like, no, I need to find something else. Obviously financial reasons as well. You can't just, if you're not getting any jobs or not getting paid for the industry that you've worked so hard in, you have to look elsewhere. So yeah, some people made the right call, I guess. But yeah, I think that's one of the big things, because it is a very highly scrutinative, if that's a word, industry. and you've got to build up a thick skin, I think. Otherwise it can really beat you down and make you feel a bit worthless, because you can define yourself on your talent and on you as a performer, and you need to separate the two. Like, you are an individual first and then a performer on top, rather than I'm a performer, because then if you keep getting judged as a performer, you'll feel worthless. So yeah, I think that balance is useful.
Yeah, it's really, really good advice. Really good advice. If you were stuck on a desert island, what luxury item would you take with you and why?
I think I'd take an empty notebook and a pen. I know that's two, but just to write down everything. My whole life I've written like events and holidays and basically my journey through life. I've written it down, and embellished, but made stories, I guess. And I think it's really nice to look back on. So I think I'd want to like document my time there to look back on for when I leave, because you forget a lot. I forget things all the time, and I think, yeah, it'd be nice to document it and look back on. I don't think that's very survival. It's not great for survival, having a notebook, but I don't know if that was the question.
Notebook and a pen. Sorted. We can make that happen. If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
I would have to say Bob Marley. I'd love to ask him pretty much anything. I think his philosophy on life and how he saw the world is incredible, and I think how he was and how he thought is a lot how people want to get to. That people always want to, like, what's the meaning of life, or how should we live a better life, and he was very much kind of born that way. He was all about giving back. He was all about what he thought life was about, at its truest form and at its purest form. And I'd love to just pick his mind about how he thought about the world. Yeah, and obviously he's an incredible artist. So yeah, I think he'd have a lot to say. And he's Jamaican and I'm half Jamaican, so
Thank you. What's something you're not very good at?
I'm not very good at DIY. I just can't build things. Well, yeah, I can't. I'm not very good at building things. I think I'm not very good at things I don't enjoy. That's what it is. I think if I enjoy something, I'm good at it. Or if I'm not good at it, I will get good at it. But I have to enjoy it. If I don't enjoy something, I can't motivate myself to be better at it. I find that really hard. So yeah, I'm not good at things I'm not motivated by.
That makes perfect sense. If you could turn back time and talk to your 15-year-old self, what would you tell her and why?
I would say, Kimmy, get out of your own way. Stop being so shy. Stop caring what people thought of you. Stop being afraid to fail, because you will fail, and it's going to be the best thing that's ever happened to you. And you'll continuously fail, but that is the only way you're going to learn and build to a strong, beautiful woman that you are 20 years time, or however long you said. But yeah, stop being so afraid. Like, let things go. Don't worry so much, because it'll all be okay.
And that is the end of the interview. Kimmy, thank you so much for your time and speaking to us today. Hopefully we'll get a chance to, I don't know, come and see you in the West End. We can bring some students along, or even it'd be great to have you in at the school. You've got a fascinating story to tell, and I think it'd be really powerful for our students to sort of like see you and speak to you and ask the questions that they may have themselves. Good luck with your interview, or for your auditions. I hope you hear some positive news and feedback. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. It was lovely to talk to you.